bad guys.
Probably.
No.
Well, not immediately.
No, you guys were able to take a short rest because you defeated those last two goblins that were rushing you, and then you ran into the pen, the stable, and decided to take a short rest after investigating and finding that there was nothing really there.
Besides decaying dead horses.
And a live chicken.
Yeah. So we haven't finished exploring the whole town. We had.
I can show you guys which ones you have explored.
The top three, right?
Yeah, you've done 5. I can't tell you the numbers. I won't make any sense to you. But yes, you've done this one.
Yeah, there and there. And we've looked through this central
This
area.
I have 2 flasks of oil, a frying pan, a set of cooking utensils, and we have a live chicken.
And you guys also ran into Kella Darko.
Yep.
And then
Zulkin with some number.
Yeah, Zulkin, Alexander.
Oh, I didn't know his last name.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. I can see his last name better than I can see his first name on my screen. But anyway, we are live on Twitch, so it looks like audio is going. So there's that. Looks like we got a couple of viewers, which is fantastic. So here we go. When we last met our heroes,
the viewers are us and Josh.
that is fine. I don't mind that at all. In fact, I might just put my phone to view and say add the viewer count.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Is somebody playing Jonathan's?
I will play Jonathan's character. I am Apollo.
Okay.
You have a fire spell.
I have a lot of spells that I probably just won't use. I'm just going to trip and fall and everything.
And we have a frying pan and a live chicken.
I wouldn't recommend. So, Harlequin's Requital, after being summoned by the Black Network, amassed and made their way towards Nightstone. As they drew closer, there was an incessant ringing of the bell, and upon arriving at Nightstone, they found that the drawbridge was down. They decided to enter and start investigating, and upon investigating the chapel, they ran into some goblins who were ringing the bell, and they heroically felled them. Then they moved on to the inn in search of anybody who was around, and fought a goblin or two, got a whole bunch of cooking utensils, and then ran into somebody named Kella Darkcoat. As they ran into Kella Darkcoat, there was a bunch of horses that rode into town because they left the drawbridge down. And it wound up being Zulkin Alsandar and his posse from the Black Network that were actually looking for Kella Darkcoat. You then found out that Kella Darkcoat was an agent of the Black Network who was sent there to kind of make a name for them in Nightstone, and that something happened. And before you guys could figure out what happened, because nobody thought to ask, you guys decided to go investigate another house where you ran into another goblin. And then upon running into that goblin, he called for 2 or 3 of his buddies. And you guys narrowly escaped, making your way into the stable area that was adjoining to the house, where you found a live chicken. And so amongst the other treasures that you found, there was a star ruby that was flawless that I've informed you is worth about 1,000 gold, if you can find the right buyers. You have the riders that rode in with Zulkin are stationed at every single tower on Overwatch because they are worried about a threat that you guys decided not to discuss. But they are securing the towers, and it's your understanding that the towers have bells, and the bells are different sounds. But there are people up in the towers with horses tied up below, and the towers have been cleared. So with that, where do you guys want to go?
I want to cook the chicken.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on igniting the rest of these houses?
Apollo looks at you and says, "I don't know if I've got the lung capacity to do that, but I'll if you think it's necessary." And so he looks at the horse stable directly in front of everybody where you guys are all standing and starts to inhale.
Well, then don't do that.
I mean, that would get rid of the goblins.
That was my thinking. Why are we sweeping these houses when we can just light a torch to these things?
But it would also get rid of the town that we were trying to set up as a base of operations.
Yeah, we don't know if there's any good stuff in there, like more Rudies.
Or innocent townspeople.
Yes, the
Countless children's souls, perhaps.
And we haven't talked to Lady Nandar yet. I'm sure she wouldn't be in favor of this plan.
I still want to cook the chicken. Can I get some fire here? I got a pot.
You have muffins. I suggest you eat those.
Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
14.
There it is right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but what is it, a C20?
Yeah, D20.
D20.
Yeah, for you, it's a C20.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh.
9.
Ooh.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
We add our dexterity to it, right?
Dexterity save.
Dexterity save.
Which is
And it's the little box next to it.
dexterity save, so +1? No, I guess. I mean, I had +1.
Yes.
Okay, so I got 2.
Did critical fail. All right. So, because nobody told him to stop, and he kept hearing that somebody wanted a fire, Apollo went ahead and exhaled his bronze fire onto the stable where all of you are standing. And I need Paul and Steven to take 5 damage.
Oh, man. 5 damage.
As the building around you begins to go up in flames, what would you like to do?
Run out of the building.
Apollo, do you want a breath mint?
I would like to run around the building in circles yelling, "Fire! Fire!"
All right.
Can you use that to make your chicken?
Whip out the pot. Give it a try. The chicken's still in the building, though, so it might be a little hard to
Action
get him.
5. Cool.
Huh?
Steven is the only one who has any idea what I mean by when I say action count number 5. You ever have to deal with anything that involved actions and counting?
I haven't had to mess with that.
Okay. Oh, their actions?
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, forget the chicken. So let's get away from the burning building.
Okay.
And
Well, so we just set the same building on fire again.
He set this one on fire.
Oh, the little one? Okay.
This one is smoldering.
Can I do a perception check?
On what?
Whatever those 2 little things are on the sidewalk outside the building.
They're the dead goblins that you guys killed earlier.
Oh, okay.
In story time, it would have been less than 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
In reality, it's been about a month and a half.
Well, they still look dead, right?
They still look dead. Yes.
Okay, so
I won't even make you roll the perception on that one. They are definitely still dead.
okay, so
I say we head south and clear the next building.
You want to head down to like these 2 buildings,
That's what I'm thinking.
or do you want to head to this building? Mark, which building do you think?
Farthest east, and we'll clear east to west.
my health is pretty low. Is there any way to?
Before we go further, I can cure wounds for somebody, depending on how faint you feel. And if you promise me you won't be stupid.
Do you have any points left for your cure wounds?
That's a cantrip, right?
It's a spell level 1. I haven't used it yet.
Hmm.
Who's the lowest?
I'm doing okay.
Paolo's doing fine.
I'm at 7.
Out of
14.
That is time for a long rest. just take a nap here in the middle of the day.
Are you feeling burnt to a crisp?
Stupid.
Did you use your hit dice on that rest?
Yeah, I did.
So as Apollo, he after hearing what Davos has said, I think we should head down to that small building on the east, and maybe we can. He goes, I'm feeling kind of tired. Maybe we can take a long rest.
Okay.
You guys are in obvious need of one. Again, one of the things I disagree with is the fact that they make it obvious that this is the direction you guys should go, but this is the exact opposite direction of what you should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right.
But I like the way that we're cleaning it up, though. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I think we would just systematically go building to building and kill every goblin until we find Lady Nandar or.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
It's just, yeah, we're pretty beat up, I think.
So, heading down to that building, who's in?
Yeah, let's go to 4E.
No, that's not the one we
we
torched
touched
the one
this
on
one
top.
up here. We're up here.
Yeah, but
I zoomed
that
out a little.
the barn below us was also
This,
set on fire.
this one was
smoldering, yes.
torched. We haven't been down this way yet.
All right.
So I'll go check it out.
Might as well. Keep me in the back of the party.
So the tank wants to sit in the back of the party.
The tank is feeling tired and hungry and didn't get his chicken.
While you're walking over there, eat one of your muffins.
Yeah. Or eating.
So
Can I not pick up Andre?
you should be able to.
Or is that I was grabbing the wrong one?
What is that thing to our right?
Water.
Tower with somebody on top.
Yeah, and we know the guys are up there. They've got it secured, so I think we trust them at the moment.
Okay.
Can we go up the tower to talk to them?
Actually, we didn't make it that far yet, everybody. We made it here.
I was just moving.
As we were moving towards the house, you can hear a scuffle from the tower to the east. And you see one of the riders has his sword drawn. As the door bursts open, you can see inside, and this little goblin figure comes scurrying out like a bat out of hell directly at all of you. Everybody roll initiative. You have surprise.
Oh, I have an advantage on initiative. Much better.
So that's eight. Do we have anything to that?
You have
So
plus
9.
All right, where are we at? Let's do 25 to 20.
Hang on, I'm rolling. That would be a 10.
25 to 20. Anybody? All right. 15 to 20.
16.
17.
Oops, 17. And, 10 to 15.
Heyo.
And what was yours?
9.
All right. Eloise, you're up first.
All right, out of pure instinct, I look at the goblin coming towards us and use Sacred Flame.
How's that work?
It's a cantrip, instantaneous, 60 feet range, and says flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range.
Cool. You are definitely within range.
All right. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no benefit from cover from this saving throw.
12. No, it's against your spell DC.
Okay.
Should be at the top of your spell sheet on the very. It should say spell save or spell DC.
Spell DC plus spell attack bonus? Or just
It should be a single number. It should be your casting ability plus your fire. Let me see your sheet.
Yeah. Sorry, spell attack DC is 12, and then the attack.
No, that's it.
Oh,
That's it. That's your 12. 12's right.
yeah, then the attack bonus is 4.
Then you don't get the attack bonus on your DC.
Okay.
So 12.
Yes.
And what did I roll?
12.
All right. Passes. So do I take half damage?
Says must succeed on dexterity saving throw.
I pass.
Okay. 1d8, so 5, so 2.5.
So 3. All right. The old tests. I was hoping I'd say it right now. I totally didn't. Why? You're up.
I'll go ahead and, if that's where I'll step forward a little bit, and I'll just do it. I can get there easily enough, and I'll shoot with a crossbow.
Okay.
That's 19 to hit.
That is a hit. Barely.
I need a D8.
Barely.
It's 5 damage. Piercing.
All right.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Davos, you're up.
Let's see. I will approach the gentleman and do a stabby stab.
Okay.
Dagger 1 is an 18.
It hits.
Dagger 2 is a 16.
Misses.
One sec. On the second, the second dual wield attack, do you get your proficiency bonus and not the damage bonus? How's that work?
I think you get the damage bonus, but not the proficiency bonus.
Steven, do you remember?
I wasn't paying attention.
Second attack on a rogue when you use the dual wield. For the second attack, do you get your damage and not your proficiency, or vice versa?
I don't know offhand, but yeah, I agree it's one or the other.
I think it's damage, not proficiency.
Okay. Then it's a 16. So the 6 damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I would like to use my cunning action to disengage,
Okay.
and I'll just go right back here.
Apollo is also going to shoot a crossbow. This is so crossbow shoots wide. And now we are to the goblin. And the goblin is going to. Actually, no, we're back to the top of the order because I said you guys have surprise. So, Andre, you get to go.
Well, Andre is angry, so he's going to go into rage as his bonus action and charge up at the goblin.
And
Attack him.
with.
My great axe.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess I roll 1d20 for hit. So that is 11. Do we get any bonus to that for damage? Doesn't look like it.
You should get bonuses for being enraged.
This is +2 proficiency bonus. +2 damage bonus.
So does that mean if you're proficient with the weapon you're using, you get that on the attack roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so so add 2 to that then?
Yeah, which weapon did you use?
The great axe.
So yeah, I think you're at +7.
Oh, add +7. Okay, so 18
Hits.
hits. All right. 1d12. Is that 12?
Yep.
7 plus 3. So 7 plus 5, so that's 12 damage.
Yeah. All right. Because that is the end of surprise, we're back at the top of the order. Eloise, you're up.
Alright. He's still standing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. I will use my crossbow and aim towards a goblin.
Okay.
Which probably ain't gonna work because I got a 7.
What's your modifier? 7 plus what?
Zip.
Okay. Really? +0 on your crossbow?
Oh, whoops, sorry, crossbow 8.
Do you have +1?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that does miss. That does miss. Yeltaris. I will get it. I will.
It's not that hard.
It's for me.
I don't want to move. Everyone's in the way. It's just annoying. Mind thrust.
Okay. And is that safe?
Yeah. Intelligence save 13.
Fail.
All right. That is
7 million damage.
1d10. Yeah, there you go.
So did you just hurt yourself?
5.
How do you want to do this?
I'm just annoyed and thinking him to death again, as I do.
So you guys see this goblin who's scared for his life running out of the door, and he comes running straight towards you, eyes wide, realizing that, oh God, there's more of them. And he takes a couple shots and he gets hit, and the next thing you know, he just grabs his head and starts to scream. You see blood, thick black blood starting to pour out of his ears and his nose and his eyes all at once. He just crumples to the floor, body twitching.
That is kind of a fun attack.
Going, not the Y named guy, not the Y named guy.
Did we know his name? By chance?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. His name was Work, Gwerk.
I pull out some parchment in my pen.
And the bandit at that point in time catches up. Goes, thank you. I'll get back to my post. I found him just cowering in the corner, hoarding over a bag.
I'll go look at the bag.
Darn it. You beat me to it. Can I loot the goblin?
She's already looking at the bag.
Oh.
So
And before looking
the
at the
short
bag,
answer is no.
before looking at the bag, I want to check for traps
Okay.
in the bag.
Give me a perception check.
$15.
Seems to be safe.
All right. I'm going to look in the bag.
All right. Are you sure? No, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to stick my hand in the bag and feel around.
So, in the bag, let's see. This was you find a silver locket that's shaped like a fish. It is hinged and can be opened. If you'd like to open, just let me know. You find 20 gold pieces, and it's small for you, but large for this particular creature. Box, wood. It's engraved. It's to give you an idea, it's a little bigger than this in size.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wood. It's finely engraved. It's got gold hinges on the outside. It's got what look to be not very expensive, but maybe some gemstones encrusted into the wood and some silver inlay on the top. It's either silver or platinum. You're not sure. And it's in this really interwoven shape on the top of the box.
Okay. Can I do an insight check to see if I know more about this box, if I recognize any of the patterns?
Sure.
$15.
It is as described.
Great. Okay. All right. I'll pocket everything.
Okay. You're not going to look at the box with the locket?
Am I able to open up the box?
Yeah, there's a hinge on it.
Actually, yeah, sure. I'll open up the box.
Box or the locket? Which one?
Box.
Okay.
Okay.
And pick up that deck of cards, please. All yours.
Okay.
You can feel free to tell people what you have. I think they might find it intriguing.
What'd you get?
Deck of Illusion. You can use an action to draw a card at random from the deck and throw it to the ground at a point within 30 feet of you.
Gambit.
Go ahead. You can read the rest because it's important how that works.
All right. The magic of the deck functions only if you draw the cards at random and deliver it face down to the DM. An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. It appears real but can do no harm. You must be within 120 feet and have line of sight to use an action to control the illusion within 30 feet of the card. Once used, the card is surrendered to the DM and cannot be used again. Be mindful of the jokers.
Feel free to take a look at some of the cards.
Jokers?
So the deck of illusion, and you recognize this deck from your background with your cleric background.
Okay.
You recognize that this deck is imbibed with magic, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to summon an apparition of something, and you can use your abilities to tell this thing to do things, but it can't actually interact with anything. In our parlance, it would be a hologram, but it'd be a very realistic hologram that has a very higher DC levels, like a DC of 17, to not see that it's real, and that it will stay within a certain proximity to the card, but it just can't interact with anything. So it's a good distraction piece. But you also know that the people who have created these decks sometimes put things in there that are less than desirable to have drawn. So you can feel free to look, especially at the jokers, because they're freaking hilarious. But what you must do is, at the beginning of each night, you must shuffle the cards to the best of your ability until you feel that you are fit and done, and you put the cards in front of you. And if you desire to use it, you just draw the card off the top, and you hand it to me.
Okay, so it's a one-time use among all these cards.
No.
Oh.
No, until those cards run out.
Nice. Right.
Each card is a single use.
Each one
of these cards.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew all that brain would do me good. Okay.
So.
I have two quick updates. I just looked into it. Second weapon strike, I get the ability modifier on the 2-hit. I do not get the damage add.
Okay, that makes sense too. I mean, it makes sense whichever way it winds up. So you get the
attack modifier, but
attack modifier, just not the weapon damage modifier.
Correct.
So, like, if you have a dagger that's like a D4 plus 5, God help us all if that's what you have. Then you would do a D4 damage, but not the plus 5.
That's what you have in your offhand.
Correct. For the offhand. Also, second thing, it's a bonus action to do it, and I cannot do cunning action and a bonus action. It's one or the other.
So you could have only done one of those.
Correct.
Okay, good to know. It's all about learning and about that base.
All about that bass, about that bass.
All right, so you pocket those items. You see the rider that Jason starts to climb the ladder, and you hear the soft ringing of a bell that he's basically checking into his post. And you're no longer in initiative, I should say.
Yeah.
Can we go up the ladder to talk to the guy?
You could. He's only 30 feet up. You can talk to him.
Oh, okay.
And he said that the goblin was in the tower looking through that bag when we found him?
Yes.
Oh. So like it wasn't his bag.
What would you guys like to do? You want to continue down to that building?
Yeah. I'll keep going.
Hey, whose bag was this? I'm yelling to the guy up top.
I don't know, miss. I'm new here just like you.
Very many things, stranger.
I believe the bag had my name on it.
Well, I just wrote my name on it, so it's mine now.
On the locket, there's a script common L on the backside.
Common hell.
Common is the language.
Common language.
All right. Oh, I guess let's go down and check out the next building.
All right. So you see a small homestead. It's very much in the same state of array/disarray. There's a giant boulder that doesn't look like it just fell from the sky. It looks like it's probably been thrown. It landed outside of the building. You see the remnants of very vibrant, well-kept flowers and flower pots and parts that are strewn around the home. You can see into the front of the house, which is where that boulder is. It looks like the house maybe had a small L shape to it, and it was in the front room. And you can see the remains of a human body underneath the boulder. It doesn't take much to realize that person is probably dead. There's not much of them left that is exposed. So it looks like it was rather wishful. But yeah, that's what you see. What would you guys like to do? You can enter the destroyed home. There's definitely places to search and things along those lines.
I like to go up to the person and do like a medicine check to see if I can decipher anything else about how this person died.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Great. 8.
Odds are the rock killed him.
Let's go into this little shed right in front of me here.
That's the house.
That's the house?
Yeah, that's what's left of the house.
That little building?
Yeah, if you scroll a little bit further
Is
down.
there
Yeah.
a cutout?
No, there's not.
Oh, okay.
But if you look right here, that's what the smaller houses look like. So that is what remains of something like that.
Oh, so like the boulder cut.
Yeah, the boulder cut like right through here.
Jeez. Well, let's check out the house, see if there's anything in there.
Okay. Feel free. Give me perception checks, everybody.
That's pretty good. 19.
Okay.
What do I add to that?
13.
Okay.
Your perception is somewhere in here.
Oh, there it is. 11.
Okay. Josh, perception check.
17.
All right. Josh and Steven. Both of you roll a d20. Let me know we'll see who gets higher.
14.
4.
All right, Steven. All right, that's good to know. So it's pretty obvious to basically all of you that this place has already been ransacked by the goblins. There's things that are just pulled out, strewn across. There's papers everywhere. There's clothes, shredded fabric, things along those lines. It's really interesting. One of the things that catches your eye is you bend down and you pick it up, and there's this silvered picture frame. Not picture frame, it's a silver parchment frame. And on this parchment, it is a family tree. And on this family tree, you can tell that it says that the House of Summerhawk. And there's there's a name that says Larlo. And there's another name that says Telula. And underneath that, there are...
What? Telula?
Taeela. And Larlo are the two names. And then underneath them are 4 children's names. Paul, you notice as you guys came in that there was some pretty interesting footprints that looked like, there's obviously like a goblin's footprints that looked rather fresh that went from the house to the tower that goblin just came out of. Josh, you find a pouch that looks like it's been snapped off of somebody's belt. It's buried underneath some of the rubble, and you find 10 gold pieces. As you're walking through, Stephen, you feel a scoop forward that just doesn't feel like it's in the right place. And you bend down and look, and there's a small hole big enough for a person's finger. What do you do?
I will check it for traps.
Okay, give me a perception check.
15.
Does not appear to be trapped.
Flip it open.
Inside that, you find a herbalism kit, a vial of antitoxin, and a pouch containing 15 gold pieces.
Anyone who's played an RPG before knows that if you get antitoxin, it means something's coming up you're gonna need it for.
Maybe. The herbalism kit has a script L on the top of it.
Possibly Larlo's.
Don't know. And Apollo finds nothing. So that's what you guys find in that house. You do realize that the place that you're at, it does only have one way in and one way out. That's where the boulder is. If you want to take a long rest, there are a couple of beds and some places where you guys can kind of bed down. It is in the afternoon. It's about noon-ish. But you guys have been going pretty hard for the last about 12 hours because you guys left early in the morning from that junction road and you walked 10 miles, you immediately enter combat, and you've been going nonstop ever since. So, though normally you wouldn't take a long rest in the middle of the day, you find yourself in a safe spot that does make sense. If this is a place where you would like to take a long rest, you can. I would strongly recommend, especially for the new players, that you maybe have a guard cycle. Even though you have guards, you may still want somebody to watch out in the event that there's something that gets past the tower. What would you guys like to do at this point?
So just a mechanics question.
Yes.
When you're standing guard, that time that you are standing guard, that doesn't count as resting?
It counts as resting as long as you do not enter combat.
Okay.
As long as you are, by terminology, it is not 8 hours of sleep. It is 8 hours of inaction.
Okay.
You can spend that time meditating. It's assumed that you will sleep at some point during this, I don't work unless you legitimately tell me that you are not taking a rest. Like, I'm not going to take this long rest. I'm going to stay up and study and study and study and study the entire time. Because there's books and things that you guys can find that take hours, like hours of game time for you to read, and you can't be doing anything but reading in order to achieve something from the book or the scroll or learning armor or learning proficiency. And so you may drive yourself actually mad doing that, because I have to keep track of exhaustion when that comes into play. And once you get to a certain level, like after 24 hours of lack of sleep, you enter your first stage of exhaustion, which has its own penalties, and then it's another stage, and there's another stage, and then you die. It basically, you get to where you're catatonic, and if you can't sleep, which you need to be then put to sleep via spell, at that point, if you don't sleep, you die. So, you can, as long as you don't enter combat, as long as it is not interrupted, and you guys say, hey, we're going to bed down until 8 o'clock tonight, or whatever, and we're going to spend that 8 hours, even with a guard cycle, unless combat is entered, that does not cause to be interrupted. And even if it's just one combat round, you can then extend your rest by another hour, and it will still count as congruent time.
Got it. So I'm happy to take a rest and get my side points back, if that's what the group wants.
Yeah.
I would say so too. I'll offer to take.
Points.
We can do 2-hour shifts for the guards. I'll take the first shift.
Does that mean I get all my hit points back?
Yeah.
You get all your hit points back and half of your hit dice back.
So I get half a dice?
You should have 2 dice at level 2.
Oh, okay. So only this one. Okay, I get that.
You get half of your total back, not half of your
Half of your total, correct.
Okay.
So you would only get 1 back, yeah.
I spent all of them, so this doesn't matter.
It's trivial until the next level.
Yeah.
And actually, we round up on that too, don't we? So you would get 2 back at level 3. Because half of 2 is 1.5. Or half of 3.
I think we can do it however. I think the book says you always round down.
For that particular thing.
For everything. Anytime you cut a number in half, you round down if it's...
I always play to your guys' favor. I'll read more into that. It's not going to affect us until we get to level 3. So it's going to be a little bit. So Josh, are you wanting to take a rest as well?
No, I'm good.
All right.
So we're going to take a rest.
We're going to take a rest.
And let Davos do whatever he wants to do.
All right, Davos, since you're up, presumably you'll tell us if something's happening
Absolutely, I'll do that.
and actually help us if something happens.
Before we take a rest, I'm going to go retrieve the now cooked chicken.
Okay, you want to walk back across there? If you want, you absolutely can.
I'm going to get my butt kicked on you. That's something random.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Just think Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
Okay.
Okay.
Into the house. I'm going to eat one of these elderberry muffins.
All right, we'll put everybody in the house. I think that's actually a good spot to stop tonight because my son is loving life apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I know we didn't play much, but I was able to get you guys the Deck of Illusions. So Steven already knows he can't be here next week, so I'll be playing a Ghost Steven. And everybody else, just make sure you add, and we'll make sure we'll let Jonathan know as well, to add in back all his hit points. He gets one of his hit dice back, and we will pick up next week where we left off. I believe next week, let's go ahead and jump right to the 7:30. I'll adjust the graphics and all that fun stuff. But let's do 7:30 to 9:30. And hopefully this stuff continues to work. I think it turned out pretty well. All right, let's go ahead and shut down the stream.
Bye.